Hi Cameron James pension subscribers, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dominic James Murray. I've been transferring UK pensions for over 10 years, and so I hope you find my experience valuable. Okay, so today we're going to be discussing a question we sometimes hear from our clients. Should you be transferring assets beyond your UK pension wrapper? Okay, so what do I mean by this? Sometimes you have clients who say they got £500,000 or £1 million in a UK pension wrapper. They have the option of transferring it to, for example, for a SIPP, where they have pension freedom rules, which would allow them to withdraw the first 25% and the remaining 75% at their marginal tax rate. Now, for most normal people, withdrawing the 75% at your marginal tax rate would create a huge tax bill in whichever country you live. It might push you into the highest tax band of your country of tax residency, which could be 40 or 50%. So for most people, this idea would be stupid straight away. You should draw down your money slowly in retirement to keep yourself into a lower tax band and obviously ensure that the pension money is there for you in your retirement. In certain instances, such as the Middle East, where clients have a zero rate of income tax, or they have a tax neutral status, because many of these countries don't tax people on their income. They earn enough money from oil and gas and other bits and pieces, sovereign wealth funds, they have a ton of money. They don't really need your taxes. They want you to come over there and help with their workforce and help build their economy, so they don't tax you. So a lot of my clients say, well, Dominic, I'm coming up to 55, I live in Dubai, why don't I just draw down the whole of the pension pot free from income tax? Well, actually, normally say a financial advisor has advised them to do this. They told them to go into another offshore bond, such as the Isle of Man, Guernsey, etc. And then they think to themselves, well, then I would have saved the income tax, so later in life, I'll have no tax to pay. However, it's not quite as simple as that. A UK pension wrapper is one of the most secure wrappers that you can have in terms of investing your money. It's FCA protected. No matter what pension scheme you're in for the UK, it is FCA protected, which means you have one of the highest levels of scrutiny and protection over your pension assets. There's trustees involved who have to look out for your best interest. As such, it's very difficult to get ripped off or have bad advice inside a UK pension wrapper. Compare that to an offshore bond. An offshore bond can be used to fantastic effect. Every financial advisor who uses an offshore bond is not a crook, far from it. But there are many financial advisors who are not even FCA regulated, who couldn't even use FCA regulated products, who have to use offshore bonds because that's how they make their money, typically from higher fees, charges and commissions. So one of the problems you can have is that, as I mentioned, a pension wrapper is very tax efficient. It's also free of UK inheritance tax as long as it's passed on to your family correctly, typically before the age of 75, etc. Whilst if you build your money up inside an offshore bond and you pass that on to your family, it's not going to be free of inheritance tax because it's not a UK pension wrapper solution. Most pension wrappers in different countries are free from inheritance tax in the country which the capital was earned. So it's really important to understand that you might think you're having a short-term gain by cashing out your pension from a SIPP or from a UK pension and putting it somewhere else and saving income tax, but it's really not as simple as that. And you're moving away from the security of working with FCA regulated providers and all of the oversight and security that brings. You're trusting your money with an individual financial advisor who might not be FCA regulated or certainly probably isn't covered by the FCA on the advice he's giving, offering you something in the Isle of Man. So it's really an area you have to be careful about. There might be certain instances where it could be beneficial for you, but I would say these are few and far between. And very often it's perhaps the IFA's earnings that are sort of pushing the advice they're giving you rather than what's necessarily in your best interests. And if you were considering to do something like that, I would always advise building a relationship with your financial advisor first. Don't jump in and give them all your money outside of a regulated platform. I do not think that is a smart idea. You should always build trust, make sure you have good performance, service, you're happy with the cost and you understand everything before you possibly make any decisions on moving outside of a pension wrapper, which again, I'd like to clarify for the majority of people would not be a tax efficient option and would not necessarily be in your best interests. Guys, if you have any questions on this or you'd like to speak with me directly, you can book in below by the description for a calendar appointment with myself or one of our senior financial advisors to learn a little bit more. Guys, I hope you found today's video valuable. Look forward to speaking with you soon. And as always, take care with your UK pension assets. Thank you.